Hi, my dear students, I missed you greatly. Where are you? As your today's lesson is grammar, lesson 25, Reader's Notebook, page 331, about proper mechanics. It's an easy lesson. Pay attention to me. Let's start with capitalization and writing titles. Okay, are you ready? Yes, ready. Excellent. Please, let's start. What to capitalize in a title? First of all, when we talk about titles, titles of books, titles of movies, titles of songs, magazines, articles, stories, newspapers, poems, and so on. So, what to capitalize in a title? Capitalize all the word in the title or not? No. Number one, always capitalize the first and the last word of a title, no matter what the word is. Okay, so the first rule, capitalize the first and the last word of the title. For example, if we said of mice and men, the title, so the first word of here, of O is capitalized, and men, because it's the last letters, the last word, so M is capitalized. Okay. Number two, the cat in the hat. The is capitalized because it's the beginning of the title. Hat is capitalized because it's the end or the last word of the title. Although the word of and the, as I'm going to tell you after that, if they come of or the, they are called short word less than 5 letters, so they mustn't be capitalized. But if they come at the beginning, okay, of the title, they must be capitalized. Understood? So the first rule, capitalize the first word, okay, of the title and also the last word. Okay. Number two, also what to capitalize in the title. Always capitalize the following 5 word categories. Like number one, nouns must be capitalized in the title. Number two, pronouns must be capitalized. Pronouns like what? Pronouns like he, she, it, you, we, they, and so on. Verbs, any verbs, either helping verbs or main verbs, and so on. Number four, adjectives. Adjectives like calm, quiet, fast, and so on. Okay. Also, adverbs must be capitalized like quickly, and so on. Okay, badly, well, and so on. They are capitalized. Okay. Number three, or before number three, let's see some examples of these words. As she ran away, this title contains pronoun she, so it's capitalized. Little house on the prairie. Here, this title contains nouns like house, prairie, so they must be capitalized. Their eyes were watching it. Here we have verbs. Either were helping verb or watching main verb, so verbs are capitalized. All quiet on the western front. Here, western, quiet are adjectives, so they are capitalized. She quietly waits. Here, quietly is an adverb, so it's capitalized. Okay, so again, before moving to words, okay, again, I'm going to summarize what we have said. So, number one, capitalize the first. Okay, again, capitalize the first word of the title and the last word. Okay, so again, the first and the last word of the title. Number two, capitalize nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Number three, capitalize words of 5 or more letters. If in the title any word contains, okay, contains or consists of 5 letters or more, 5 or more, okay, capitalize. Here are some examples. Prepositions 5 letters consist of 5 letters or more letters, okay, like within, about, among, between. So more than 5 or more, okay, capitalize. Be conjunctions, subordinate conjunctions, also consist of 5 or more, okay, while, where, until, because, although, though, and so on. So capitalize the first and the last word of the title, capitalize noun, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, pronoun, capitalize words that consist of or contain 5 or more letters, okay. This is what to capitalize in the titles. Now, what not to capitalize in titles? Don't capitalize or never capitalize, number 1, articles. Article like what? Like a, or and, or the. Example, through the looking glass. Here the, not capitalized. Why? Because it's an article. The portrait of a lady. Here a, not capitalized. Why? Because it's an article. Okay? Yes. Number 2, never or don't capitalize prepositions and the conjunction of 4 or fewer letters. Few seconds ago we said that any word consists of 5 or more capitalized, must be capitalized. Here the fewer than 5 means 4 or fewer, don't capitalize. Okay, so any word consists of 4 or fewer letters, okay, don't capitalize. Some examples. Examples of preposition be capitalized. 4 consists of what? 4 or fewer letters, like at, why, down, for, from, in, into, like, near, of, off, on, onto, over, past, to, upon, with. B, also don't capitalize the conjunction. Okay, examples of conjunctions not to be capitalized. Why? Because they consist of 4 or fewer as usual. Like what? And, as, but, for, if, nor, once, or, so, then, that, till, when, and yet. Okay? Let's talk about, we talked about the capitalization of the words in the titles. Okay? But in general, the title either of newspapers or stories or article or books or movie and so on, and we are going to talk about them in details. Titles can be either underlined or written between quotation marks. So titles can be underlined or written or put between quotation marks. When writing the title of longer works, so we have 2 kinds of titles: title of longer work and title of shorter work. Title of longer work, underlined. But what about shorter work? Put or written between quotation marks. Okay, so let's start with longer work. When writing the title of a longer work, underline the title. Examples: titles of books, novels, magazines, newspapers, television series, plays, movies, and video games are underlined. Okay? So titles of books, novels. Novels mean long stories. Long stories. Magazines, newspapers, television series, plays, movies, and video games are capitalized. Are underlined. We drew under, okay, line. When writing the title of shorter work, don't underline, but what are you going to do? Use quotation marks. Okay, example of shorter work: titles of songs, poems, short stories, and book chapters, articles in journals, magazines, and newspaper. As we said before, journal, magazine, newspaper, longer work. But when we talk about article in journal or article in magazines or article in newspaper, so here they are considered shorter works, so they are put between quotation mark or speech mark. Okay, now let's answer a reader's notebook, page 331. Very all of you. Rewrite each sentence, add capital letters, underlining, and punctuation where they are needed. Number 1. The headline in Friday's newspaper read, "Clowns Lead Parade." Here, this is the title of what? Title of headline. Headline in newspaper. If it is newspaper, it will be underlined, but it's headline. Headlines, not not underlined, but they are written between quotation mark like this. Okay, this is what we call quotation mark. Okay, and as we said before, titles must be capitalized. Clowns, capitalized. Lead, capitalized. Parade, capitalized. So what are you going to do here is you're going to capitalize C, O, and P. Number 2, The Little Mermaid is my little sister's favorite movie. So as we said, the title of a movie must be underlined. Here, the it's an article, mister, it's okay, but it's here in the beginning of the sentence or the beginning of the title, so the first word of the title must be capitalized. So the capitalized, little capitalized, mermaid capitalized. And also number 2, you must underline the title. Why, mister? Because it's a title of a movie. Okay. Number 3, just story about his trip to Mexico was called, so I said what? Story. Stories considering shorter work, so it's written between quotation mark, crossing the border. Okay, but what about capitalization? Crossing the first word of the title must be capitalized. It's an article, so not or never capitalize. Border, it's a noun, so capitalize it. Number 4, Benson Elementary wins the trophy. Was the front page headline in the school paper. Paper means newspaper, so here it's a headline. So Benson Elementary wins the trophy is the headline of the paper. So as we said, number 1, headline, okay, is written, yes, excellent, between quotation mark like here. Okay, and what about capitalization? Benson, the first word is capitalized. Elementary, capitalized. Wins, capitalized. Trophy, capitalized. Okay, understood? Yeah. Page 332, in punctuation. We have 4 kinds of sentences: declarative, imperative, interrogative, exclamatory. Okay, we are talking about the end or the punctuation of these kinds of sentences. The punctuation at the end of a sentence helps to show its meaning. Use a period at the end of a statement or command. Use a question mark at the end of a question. Exclamation mark to show strong feeling. Number 1, declarative. Declarative sentence, I'm going to remind you, declarative starts with subject and then predicate. Consists of subject and predicate, and also it starts with noun or pronoun and then the verb. Here I, it's pronoun like, the verb. I like to play basketball. So here it's declarative, it's statement. So at the end of declarative sentence, add the period. Okay. Number 2, imperative. What about imperative sentence? Imperative start with a verb, or don't, or never. When I say hand me the ball please, so this is imperative sentence. So at the end, add periods. Also, another example of imperative, when I say stand up, come here, okay, do your homework, okay, and so on. Or we start with don't write on the wall, okay, don't swim in the pond, and so on. Or never write on the wall, okay. Number 3 is very easy, it's interrogative, or it's a question. What is the score? What time do you get up? How are you? All of these are questions or interrogative. So at the end of interrogative, we add the question mark. Number 4, exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory, we use exclamatory sentence to show strong feelings. Example, when I say what a great game, and exclamatory always containing an adjective like great, excellent, exciting, boring, and so on, wonderful, and so on. Here, what a great game. A student can ask me, Mr. Mari, the previous example, what is the score, start with the question word or the word what, and here also start with what is the difference? Good question. The answer is here what followed by a verb, so it's interrogative. What is, it's in interrogative form. But here what followed by what or how, when what or how followed by adjective, so it's exclamatory sentence. Okay, what a great game, what a wonderful game, what a wonderful day, what an exciting movie, and so on. Okay, yes, let's answer. Add the correct end mark for each sentence. So number 1, we are going to add the end mark, either as we said before, period or exclamation mark or question, okay, question mark. Also write declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory on the line. Okay. Number 1, a voice command can make the mechanical dog walk and sit. Here it starts with noun, so it's declarative, and declarative, so at the end is period. Number 2, insert a quarter into the machine. Here we start with a verb, so it's order, command, or we say imperative. Imperative, also the end of imperative sentence is period. Okay, yes, excellent. Number 3, how many centuries have passed since the Revolutionary War? Here, how many? It's a question word, so it's interrogative, and at the end of interrogative sentence is question mark. Number 4, the building inspector will come here to check next week. Here we start with the building inspector. It's noun, okay, or subject of the sentence, so it's declarative, and at the end of the declarative sentence is period. Okay. Number 5, your picture is amazing. Here amazing, it's an adjective, so it's yes, I heard the student said exclamatory, Mr. Excellent. Yes, exclamatory. Why? Because here your picture is amazing. Or we can say what an amazing picture, how amazing is your picture. Okay, so it's exclamatory. Okay, refers to strong feeling, so the end is exclamatory, exclamation mark. Okay. Number 6, what a waste of time this is. what plus noun, so it's exclamatory. Okay, and at the end, like the previous one, is exclamation mark. Number 7, how much progress have you made with your work? How much? How many? How? So question or interrogative sentence, so at the end, question mark. Yes, excellent. Number 8, try not to miss your bus. Here we start with try. Try is a verb like number 2, insert. Okay, so it's imperative, and at the end is, and the end of imperative sentence is a period. Okay, so at the end of declarative and the imperative we add period. At the end of exclamatory sentence we add exclamation mark. At the end of interrogative sentence we add question mark. Okay, the last part of our lesson today, and I have already explained it. I explained it the previous lesson about commas. Commas before coordinating conjunction. A compound sentence joins two independent clauses. If we have two clauses, two independent clauses, okay, using the coordinating conjunction like and, but, or, nor, for, so, use a comma before the conjunction. So we add comma, and, comma, but, comma, or, comma, nor, comma, for, comma, so, and so on. Okay, examples when we say the children were curious about the book, comma, for they had never seen one, and so on. Okay, now let's answer. Join each pair of sentences to make a compound sentence using the conjunction shown in parentheses. Use commas correctly. Okay, computers are here to stay. They run many systems in our society. Use and we are going to add and between the two clauses, and before and we are going to add a comma. So computers are here to stay and they run many systems in our society. Number 2, schools might become unnecessary. Each child may be taught by a machine. Use for. So it will be schools might become unnecessary, comma, for, then the other clause which is for each child may be taught by a machine. Number 3, any book could be put on a computer. Books might also disappear. Use so it will be any book can be put on computer, comma, so books might also disappear. The last one, computer school would be convenient. I would miss books and teachers. Use but. So computer school would be convenient, comma, but I would miss books and teachers. So before and, so, for, but, or, nor we add commas. Now we come to the end of our lesson for today. Thank you very much and goodbye. See you soon.